Join my Discord and help me build my empire. Hey, Q&A time. What was your first ever video game? First one I can remember is either Donkey Kong Country Returns or Super Mario Bros. Wii. Would you rather have super taste or super touch? I'll be real with you, I don't know what super touch means, but I eat food fast, so super taste would probably help me taste it better while I eat it super fast, so probably that one, I guess. What was your first Nintendo game, whatever the heck I said in that first question? If you could go back in time to the beginning of the server, what point would it be? The point it would be like November or something when it was the beginning of the server. How did you get into the Splatoon franchise? Some friend liked it and showed it to me. But this person also said that roller was the only good weapon in the game and I should use nothing but it because it inks well. Which one would you want to be, a fish or a bird? Depends on the fish and it depends on a bird, but I think I would rather be a bird because I can at least like fly and look at humans then. If I'm a fish, I'm just like brain dead in the water and I can't go wherever I please. Stupid fish! If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? I would use the day for actual like human interaction and like hanging out and like having fun with friends. And then anything solo I have to do, any work I have to do, I'd do overnight so I don't get bored. Because I can't hang out with people in the middle of the night when they're sleeping. So that's the time I'd use for all the work. What's your favorite Pokemon and why isn't it Totodile? I know this is a stupid basic answer. And trust me, I do know a lot of Pokemon, but just I like Pikachu. The basic one. I've seen them all, but then Pikachu, that's always goes back to Pikachu. Do you have any hobbies you haven't told us about? Well, that's a good question, Dan, the person I say literally everything to and discuss all my hobbies with because you're the only person who actually kind of cares. Pretty much all my hobbies I have said on my Discord server at some point. I don't really hide stuff because I'm just talkative. So really, no. Have there been any Splatfests where you would have picked a different team? In the final Splatfest of Splatoon 2 Chaos vs. Order, I chose Team Order because I figured, you know, Order's better than Chaos. But then I realized Chaos would have been cool for a game. So in the Splatfest, I was sucking and just squid partying and being stupid because I didn't want Team Order to win. So there we go, I sabotaged the Splatfest. What was your least favorite video to make? Oh, I'm gonna have to scroll through my YouTube videos just to remember. Okay, after scrolling, here's what I concluded. Videos with just basic cuts like my very old Minecraft ones were kind of a pain to edit and would get boring really quickly. But I can't find one specific that I really hated. So I'm just saying that in general. Now those were probably my least favorite. There was one video that was decently fun to edit, but it was so painful to edit. This was my 100th video. The video turned out good and it was fun making at the beginning until my computer was so bad that it couldn't handle it. And every single input I made, even if that was just scrolling to a different part of the video, it would freeze for so long. Sometimes it'll turn to a black screen and have a risk of crashing. So it was so hard to edit. If you're more interested in the struggles with that, I made a behind the scenes video on my channel, so you can check that out. Can you do a backflip? I can do front flips. I can do some pretty dang nifty tricks on trampolines and diving boards. But for some reason, my body has never let me do a backflip. I know you're supposed to like ignore it and don't let your instincts go and whatever and crap. I've heard it all, but I've tried everything and I can't do a backflip. I'm sad about it. If you could make a video game, what genre would it be and what would it be about? I've actually thought about this a lot because I really want to be able to make a video game, but I've never wanted to take the time to actually code. I think of cool stuff in my mind and I set too high of standards and I know I wouldn't be able to accomplish that while I'm still starting coding, so I never really started in the first place. But I do have a lot of ideas. Mostly what I would want would be a platformer because I love platforming games. I would want to make this epic video game that would be revolutionary for platforming games because there's just not enough of them in my opinion. The idea I have for the game is kind of hard to illustrate, but I'm gonna try. So honestly, this would not actually be the looks of the game, but you understand the point, a basic like platforming concept. So the basic idea I have is that throughout the game you would unlock new abilities or new like platforming options. These could be displayed as like outfits or things or whatever, but for now I just have abilities. But you can only have one of these equipped at a time. So let's say we equip the double jump, we'd be able to, you know, double jump up to this ledge. But then we can equip something like gliding or like slow falling, I guess, where you could, you know, glide to the other side. But like, why the whole toggling aspect? And here's the reason why. It's because you'll be able to toggle these mid-platforming. So let's say there's a part like this where a single ability will not get you to the other side. This is where you can toggle stuff while you are actively platforming. So you could double jump up here, but in order to make it all the way to that other side, you could equip the glide mid-platforming and then fall over there slowly. Of course, this toggling thing seems simple and unnecessary now with just 2 abilities. With however many more abilities that would be in the game, they would contradict each other and you would have to switch them mid-platforming to make it. And eventually it'll get really complicated and there'll be cool things where you'll really need to figure out which ones you need to do and in what order to make it to the other side. Of course, there'd be limits and stuff too, like you can't just constantly toggle off and on double jump and then have infinite jumps. You'd have to land on the ground or something first. But that's all stuff I'd have to deal with if I were to actually code this, but I probably wouldn't. So if you are a coder and you like this idea, go ahead and do it for yourself. But honestly, I don't think anyone will like this idea because it's kind of dumb, but in my head, it sounds really cool. And by the way, if anyone ever tells you that my videos aren't quality or if I don't put work into them, that single segment took me over 2 hours. So don't believe what they say. What personality type do you think you are? I prefer a step-by-step approach. How many questions? Oh my gosh, I'm not doing this. I don't know what like personality types exactly are, but I feel like my personality changes depending on who I'm with. I know many people say they have like this main personality that they're like only with people they're really close to. It's like their true personality. But to be honest, I can't really find that. There's many people I'm close to that I act differently around. But I would say the main way I act kind of represents my YouTube channel. I know that's not a personality type, but that's the best I can think of to kind of describe me. What do you think is the most influential video game? So I don't know if you mean like with the world as a whole or just in my opinion. The most influential video game for me specifically has been my favorite game, Celeste, because that's what really got me into platforming. And since I've always been like interested in speedrunning and stuff, Celeste has really like kind of helped me find the significance in platforming games. And after I played that, I went back to many other platforming games and just had a better appreciation for them. But in terms of the world, I don't know. What video game character would you get along with the best and why? I mean, it's not really that hard for me to get along with people. I can get along with almost anybody if I give effort. So I'd say the best chance I have with getting along with a video game character would have to be one that doesn't really have like human reasoning and like feelings and stuff. So I thought about this for a bit and I'd say the one I'd have to go with is Donkey Kong. He always just seems like cool and happy and he's like a monkey who can't get along with a monkey. As long as he doesn't think I'm an enemy, we'll be fine. Why do you hate Fortnite? I mean, I liked it when I was younger, but that just kind of represented like an immature part of my life. And I'm just looking back on it and I just found it really cringy what I've said when playing it and just my experience with playing it. Not to mention I was addicted practically and I would spend a bunch of money on the game that I kind of regret, and there's just so many better games I could have been playing. I'm not a big fan of shooter games, Splatoon is an exception, and I'm not a big fan of like those trending, very popular games either, especially most free-to-plays, just because there's just so many cosmetic things that like you're tempted to buy. And not to mention a lot of these kind of games, their community is toxic. But if you're not toxic and you like the game, then go ahead and play it. What Splatoon idol do I like the least and which one do I like the most? Why is this a hard question? I mean, I know my favorite like group is Pearl and Marina, but like I can't decide between one of them, and I feel like just one of them itself is not good without the other. And that goes along with Callie and Marie as well, and Shiver, Fry, and Big Man. Fry's pretty cool, even though I make fun of her a lot. I would say my least favorite would probably just be either Shiver or Big Man, just because, I don't know, I feel like there's just not much cool about them. I don't know. I said this in a previous video, but I heard from somewhere, I forgot who mentioned this, that it seems like Big Man is kind of just created for the memes to be that kind of funny, memey kind of guy, and for the internet to blow up over them. And that honestly kind of ruined the character for me, because when I heard of that, I just see him and I'm like, yeah, why are they right about that? That's crazy. How many miles does it take? 5. How did you do that? I don't know. And how tall is it? 82 feet. This is certainly not a question. Oh my gosh! Well, let's make this quick. Favorite color, blue or red? Favorite thing to do, go to church. The favorite book and the only book I read is the Bible. Favorite video game, Celeste. If you could do one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Stay on my computer so I can access the internet and be on Discord and be in calls and stuff, so I can basically live my life on Discord. My honest opinion about Pizza Hut is pretty good. Favorite animal, sheep or whale? Favorite pizza topping? I hate how people say pineapple shouldn't be on pizza. I like pineapple. Your opinion is wrong. There's no such thing as a legal food combination. Pineapple is on pizza and it tastes good, then I'm gonna eat it. What's your favorite TV show to watch? This is going to confuse a lot of you, but Jeopardy. It's just something about watching people answer questions that I don't understand makes it entertaining for me. This is the most unlucky you have been? I can't really think of any. What did you expect when you started YouTube? To get more subs, but you know, that's not as lucky. Actually, you know, that is the unluckiest I've ever been. Who's your favorite Splatuber? Way back when I still watched like actual Splatoon content, it was Viantastic, but apparently there was a lot of crap going on and drama going on with him, and frankly, I don't even know who to believe or what to believe over really half of what happened, and since then I've kind of just not been interested in watching Splatoon YouTubers. Do I like to cook my own food? It feels really good when I do, but I do not really often. And if I do, it's a simple food like mac and cheese or eggs. Who is the best mod ever? If you guys want an honest answer, really the more active you are on my server, the probably better considered mod you are. I mean, none of you guys signed up for this, so I'm not saying you're like doing a bad job. And by no means are you less of a friend if you're less active on my server. But the more active ones and the ones that people know more about because of their activity are probably better as a mod, I guess. But I love you all. Except for Dan. Do you like eating tacos? I do in fact enjoy eating tacos. I prefer them soft. Favorite Mario game? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. At one point, it was my most favorite game. I'm the most used to their controls. Although the character roster sucks, their courses are really good and there's a lot of them. And keep in mind, I'm not talking about the booster course pass. That thing is stupid and we should have Mario Kart 9 by now. I could go on a rant. Ask me on Discord and I will rant for you if you really want.
Tell me why Temmie is the best.
Listen now. Tems are only the best when it has the words Eli the before it. When you wake up in the morning and walk out of your room, what do you not see? What is this question? I don't see butterflies. I don't see pineapples. I don't see you. I don't see you. It's probably because you're hiding. You're scaredy cat. How long does it take for you to make and edit a back to school video? It depends on the videos, and it depends on a lot of certain aspects. For example, some videos are just talking. Those don't take as long because it's just, you know, conversating. But then when there's like chase scenes and fights and stuff and I have to animate a lot of like single frames, that takes a while. And there's also extra time added on to that if I need to make a quick song for the video or if I need to have like AI voices. But then also voices of my friends, I will have to like call them or literally go to their house so they can talk. Back to schools can range anywhere from like an hour 45 minutes to like I'm sure some has taken over 5. Luckily I take a lot of breaks when editing a video so I don't go crazy in the video ending up bad. They get the least views at the moment, but these are the videos I care about the most, so please watch them. Please. What motivates you to wake up every day and do what you do? I'm just gonna get real with you guys for a moment. At one point I was convinced my life was terrible and I was never motivated to do anything, and then I found God. I'm telling you, for many of you out there, Christianity is more than you think. I now have researched and found so much about it and it just changed my life. I am motivated to do stuff and it keeps making me do stuff like this. Because I hope to at one point bring God more into my life and into the things I do, such as music and YouTube and my Discord server. In fact, I've been working a lot with that stuff for now. If you're interested in a Christian channel or a Christian Discord server, let me know. Any support you can give me, even if it's just a text message, will mean a lot to me because I want to try to bring more of this into my life. So on the happiest note I could have possibly said, thank you for watching this video. You guys are all awesome. Thanks for sending these questions even though I bribed you with XP on my Discord server. And goodbye.